mi gente, I'm back. The last time I spoke to you all was about the Italian circle and how this clown took me to the imam and they tried to set me up so that they can get rid of me out of the house, you know. And my man, my brother, I'm sure you're my brother right there, leaning down. I don't know if you can see, but right there, man, that's my man Hassan, man, my brother Hassan. And that's from Barehill, man. Sal, Wise, and me, you know. That was the crew, man, keeping it real, you know. So Hassan spoke to the imam, man. He told the imam, he said, yo, la tiró como él, you know. And the imam said, oh, but you're not supposed to be, he said, you're not supposed to be fighting over the TV. I said, ain't nobody fighting over the TV. I work the TV. I do the schedule every week. That's what he said. At that point, I looked at the imam. I wanted to get up and meterle cuatro bofetas because the reality is you listening to that piece of crap, but you ain't listening to what I got to say. You know? I never went back. You know, I did my salats in my queue. I never went back. You know, that was... Anyways. So, basically, I found another... Here's another one with let me see if you can see that. That's Hassan, me, and Smurf. You know? And yo, we held it down, man. We looked out for each other's back and all that. There wasn't no backstabbing. Here goes Lo Manito. We were four crazy guys, man. GQ right there, Gato, me, and King Pistol from Bushwick. You know? So I, tranquilo. So I came back and then, everybody asked me. My boy Rudy from LES, he was in the house. Good people. Buena gente. Wiso used to box, Funny thing about Wiso, because Wiso, I saw him, I looked at him, I said, man, he looks familiar, It turns out that he told me the same thing. He said, bro, yo te conozco from somewhere. I know you from somewhere, And then we were talking about, theater and all that. So yo le enseñé, a couple of flyers. He said, yo sé quién tú eres. And I said, oh, yeah. He said, yeah, man. In fact, we were hanging out in the Quando building, man. You had a show over there. Todo mundo was like on you like, I said, you know what? I remember you now. Ahora yo me recuerdo que Ringo te trajo para allá. He said, that's right. That's right. Ringo did bring me there. I said, wow, man, what a small world. ¿Qué tú haces aquí? I said, bye, you know me, man. A mí me gusta darte gata. I said, I hear you, bro. So we got along. We used to hang out with this other brother that I knew there and stuff, And we got real close. We really, really got real close in that place, man. There was one dude, que era Neta, and his name was Flaco. And Flaco, I think, was working with the police. Because I'm going to tell you an incident that happened. The incident is this. One day he tells me, yo, Santito, I'm going to wreck. I'm un favor. I said, ¿qué pasa? He said, montame esto, muchacho. Me sacó una espada, man. A sword. This big, man. And he ran to my cube. He said, toma. And I looked at it. I grabbed it. But I smelled something funny, man. I smelled like this guy setting me up. Boom. So when he left, I saw Nieta. Y le dije, Glenn. And he said, He said, what's up, manito? I said, yo, do me a favor, man. Montame esto y se lo tiré. He caught it, man. He said, oh, what? I said, just put it under your bed. As soon as that guy left the dorm, who comes in? Sergeant Campana. Sergeant Campana always had it in for me. I don't know why. He always had it in for me. He thought he was going to get me. So he comes in with 2 CO, blah, 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 and tells me, step out the cube. Came out the cube. Man, they searched my cube upside down, inside out, all that, right? And I'm looking at Glenn, my boy Glenn Blanquito. And I'm looking at him, he's looking at me, you know? And he just shook his head like he said, damn, man. Because I told him, when I threw him the thing, I told him, yo, your manito flaco told me to hold it like that, you know, real quick. So anyways, he couldn't find it. He looked at me like, said, okay, I'm going to get you. They walked out. And Glenn Biename, he said, oh, man, what was all that about? I said, man, your manito, man. I said, try to set me up. Why? I don't know. Maybe it has to do with the clowns. With the clowns, man, that I went to war with when I was in Franklin. That could be it, you know? I said, but either way you look at it, they're going to lose. They messing with me, they're going to lose. They're really going to lose, you know? So Flaco comes back. I swear, this guy looked like he saw a ghost. His face turned hinchu, pale. And he realized, he said, ¿Tú tienes eso? I said, yeah, tu manito lo tiene. Your brother got it. And then he went over, got the shit, and took it. And I just looked at him. Man, he knew. I didn't want to start nothing, man. I was shorter than a puppy's pee-pee and shit. You know, that's how short I was. So anyway, here we go, trying to do the best we can, right? I'm going to compadre help us, man, from getting my stuff together, this, that, the other. Here comes that guy, the crier. Yo, Santito, I need a favor from you. I said, yeah, what is it? He said, there's a Blanquito that he has a case with about a young girl and this, that, and the other. I looked at him, I said, really? He said, yeah, you think you can investigate it for me? You think you can look at the papers? I said, bro, I'm not down with the association. Do you forget? ¿Dónde está la mente tuya? Where's your mind? Where's your brain? I said, I can't. I'm not allowed to do anything like that. You know, go talk to one of your manitos in the rec area, man. Don't come to me with that. I wanted to hurt this dude, man. That he got, trying to set me up. Him and Flaco and some other. Anyway, boom, that passed. Another time, here comes this dude running up to me. He looked at me. He says, "Yo, I feel like, no, what was it? Oh, you lucky man, I don't step." I said, papi, step to me. Step to me. And he starts laughing. I'm only joking. I said, bro, yo te voy a hacer una cosa. Tú estás aquí con una batería, yo estoy aquí con muerte. He left. You know? That's how you got to talk to this. You got to talk to them like that, you know? But the reality is, man, that a couple of other times, man, I don't know. I don't know what it was. Maybe they wanted to get me out the house. That's okay, get me out the house, but don't try to give me a new charge. Yo, that thing that Flaco gave me, man, that's 7 years right there. I would be a 3-time loser. I'd be doing life. I wouldn't even come out ever again. Don't trust nobody. Nobody. I don't care who it is. Do not trust them. Trust yourself first. Trust your instinct. Do you. Okay? So, anyways, One day I'm talking to my man, King Outlaw from LES too. He was from Lower East Side, and we talking blah blah blah. He was asking me all kinds of things, man. And he said, "Yo, man, you think you can write me a poem?" I said, "Yeah." Wrote him a nice poem, right? That same poem I entered in a newspaper competition. I never thought that they would pick it up or anything like that, you know. It was published alongside Lolita Lebron. She did a poem for Don Pedro Albizu Campo, and I wrote a poem for Don Pedro Albizu Campo. And I thought that's interesting because I know thousands of people send in poems, you know. So when I gave it to him, he said, "Yo, bro, this is heavy, man. Yo, you a heavy dude." I said, "I'm not heavy, man. Yo no peso mucho. I don't weigh that much." I said, "No, for real, man. Come on, Santito, serious." So as we were talking, uh, King Kong, I forgot who else was with him. Damn, I forgot who else was with him. But they stepped to a guy, Latino, who was a blood, man. And we didn't know how, so we all stood to the side, and the blood man had soap in his socks. He was swinging that all over. I said, "Whoa, this guy must be Bruce Lee," you know. Guy was good with that. So I looked at, you know, CEOs came in, they took King Kong out, and they took the blood out and whatnot, you know. But then I think somebody came back, and King Kong, they moved to the main, and they moved their kid somewhere else in the annex, you know. So I looked at my man, King Outlaw, man, and said, "Bro, this is turning out to be the OK Corral," you know. So moving fast forward, you know, we started, you know, going again. I started going to that compadre helpless thing, you know, and again that the crier came to me and told me, say, "Oh, you know, they want you to come out to the pueblo so that you can declare yourself whether you're Muslim or Neta." And I looked at him. I said, "Bro, who's the primero del pueblo here?" And then he mentioned somebody. Ponce had gone home, and I said, "Listen, I spoke to Ponce. Me and Ponce, we know each other from Rikers Up. I spoke to Ponce. Ponce told me que yo puedo coger un descanso tranquilo, métete en religión." And I told him, "Yo soy musulmán." He said, "Ah, pues está bien." You know. So why you got a problem with me? Do you have a problem with me? No, but you gotta. I said, "Okay." So now, I think it was like a couple of days we were just, you know, chilling. I was walking around. I didn't talk to anybody because when I get ready to do something, I don't say nothing to nobody. I stay to myself. So what happened was, Divine told me, "Santito, there's something wrong with you, bro. You're not your funny self. You're not telling jokes like you normally do. You're not laughing." I said, "Nah, man, I got a lot of things on my mind, you know." And then he said, "Well, you know, let me know if everything is okay." I said, "Yeah, everything is cool, you know." So then Hassan told me the same thing. "Yo, you know, we've been bidding a while, man, and something ain't right. What's the matter?" I said, I'm good. He said, "Ak, come on, man. This is your brother Hassan, man. You can't, you know, you can't lie to me, man. That's haram, brother." I said, "All right, man. I'm gonna tell you like it is, but I don't want you to get involved." Then I told them what happened. They want me to come to the yard to declare myself. I already had. He said, that's why you pissed." He said, "Man, listen, don't worry. We're gonna go out there and we're gonna step to these dudes, man. hey, let me see them get stupid with you. Because normally when you go to that, when you go to the rec area, you always got a clown that wants to prove himself somebody, and then they step to you, they cut you, give you, they want to cut your face, whatever the case may be, you know. Again, like I said before, I said I had done time with Jesus Christ, and I really believe that, okay? Because all of a sudden, man, things started happening, man. People were coming to my defense or coming to my aid or doing this, doing that, and I'm trying to tell them, chill. So there came the day that I had to go out there. And when I went out there with Hassan and I forgot the other brother's name, cool brother. And my boy D is at the weights, and he's looking at me when I'm walking in, and he's there with all the 5%ers, man, that I know. And, he sort of like gave me a wink, man. I looked at him, I shook my head. I said, man, I hope nothing happens, man, because I really don't. We don't need no wars. We don't need no riots. We don't need these people, man, to come down on us, man. Orange Crush, they call. So anyway, the crier came over with two other guys, like he a big shot, big punk ass. So he says, yo, the brothers want to talk to you. So Hassan stepped in, he says, you tell the brothers to come over here. You don't have to go over there. You think that we're stupid? We ain't stupid. You tell them to come over here. He said, okay, like a little, like a dog with his tail between his legs. He went over, boom, boom, boom. And then he spoke to I think the first of the Pueblo or whatever. And then the further Pueblo sent some brothers over. And then Hassan said to the crier, he said, listen, he's going to declare himself. Do me one favor, leave this brother alone, man. He's short. He ain't got time for this nonsense that you people got. It's all crap, all right? Leave it alone already. He said, oh, yeah. He needs to declare himself to this person. Okay, he's going to do it, but that's it. Leave it alone. So, again, he asked me, he says, are you a Muslim or you a Neta? And I said, I'm a Muslim. Okay? Bismillah rahim. Okay? I'm not down with no association, with no nation, no this, that, and the other. I'm a Muslim. Okay? And I go down hard. Right? She said, oh, okay, Santito. You don't have to. I said, bro, you stepped to me with all your nonsense. This was the street, it would be a different ball game, man. It'd be a different thing, man, No, but you don't have to, you don't have to, man, you don't know. Right now, I feel the pressure, man. So, anyways, he went over, they talked, then he came back. Then he came over to me and gave me a hug. He said, I'm sorry, perdón, I didn't want to be so hard on you, but you had to declare yourself in front of the new guy, or whatever the case may be. I said, all right, bro, I'm not even going to make a big thing out of it, because the reality is, man, that, I guess that's your rules in this house, in this building, in this joint. So, anyways, we became, and before we left, he looked at me, and this is what he said. He said, bro, even though you in the, you in the religion of Islam, he says, if anybody try to attack you or mess with you, this, that, and the other, we got to come to your defense. Because, you know what? You've been a leader. You've been our leader, plus you're still, in our eyes, a brother, even though, you retired. I say, I appreciate that, man. I really do. So, after that, I would see them, and they always would, hey, Santito, We would talk, boom, boom, boom. And And it was cool. Left it at that. Never asked me to do anything for them, you know. And things got kind of quiet in that situation. Um, Again, as we were, I guess no, I went over. In fact, I went over to the wake, and I looked at D. His name was Big D. I said, D, you know, there could have been a war, man, and you know anything could have happened to you. He said, bro, you see what is around us? And I looked at the weights. I said, they don't want none of this, man. We got 50 pounds, 75 pounds, 100 pounds. So he was going up in weights, man. I said, bro, I'm glad nothing happened, man, you know. And then it was a night, you know, we called it a night. Everything turned out to be cool, you know. So this is going to be, I guess, part 8 of the experience of being up north.